If your career doesn't fit neatly into one box, that's not a flaw. It's just hard to explain on paper. A lot of people assume a non-linear path means confusion, but you're not behind, not unfocused, just hard to place. There's a career model that explains this really well, but most people have never heard of it. It's called an M-shaped career. Hi, my name is Lorraine. I'm a lawyer working at the intersection of law, technology, and innovation. And if I'm honest, for a long time, my own career felt difficult to categorize, even though I was doing meaningful, challenging work. Most people are familiar with the idea of a linear career, steady upward progression. We're taught to get good grades, go to a good university, and aim for a safe profession. What my generation might call the doctor, lawyer, engineer, holy grail. Picking one lane. Being loyal to one organization, climbing steadily, especially in traditional professions like law. That's long been seen as the safest bet, but I think that's changing, and my own career is a good example of that. If a legal technologist and a traditional fee earner had a child, that would basically be my role at the moment. I'm an associate who also works deeply with legal tech and innovation whilst doing the legal work, which is still relatively unusual. So let me be really clear about what I mean. An M-shaped career is different. It's not dabbling, it's not constantly restarting, it's built in phases where you develop deep expertise in one area, then later build deep expertise in another. Instead of following one straight path, over time, those experiences connect, giving you a broader perspective as your work evolves. And this isn't niche. Becoming more common for a reason. Work itself has changed. Roles are less stable, problems are more complex, and value increasingly comes from being able to connect ideas across domains, not specialization alone. In a tech-enabled world, the skills growing in importance aren't just narrow technical ones. They're things like curiosity, adaptability, resilience, analytical thinking, creative thinking, and so on. M-shaped careers tend to suit people who think in systems, who move between these domains, who work at those intersections. As work continues to shift in an AI-accelerated world, more people will need to reskill or reconfigure their roles over time. Not because they failed, but because the work itself is changing. An M-shaped career isn't a lack of focus, it's a different architecture. This is usually where people start to doubt themselves, and they don't need to. If you've ever felt hard to categorize, it might not be confusion, it might be the shape of how you think about your skills, your expertise, and the work you're capable of doing has now changed. If you want, I can share what this actually looked like in practice on my own journey, how I moved between roles, how I made those transitions intentionally, and what helped me avoid feeling like I was starting over each time. Because the most important thing to understand about an M-shaped career is that it's not accidental. It requires reflection, pattern recognition, and a willingness to build coherence over time, even when the path doesn't look obvious from the outside. That's what I'll unpack next. Follow for more on career, crafting, critical thinking, and navigating modern work.